Hello, everyone, and welcome back to EasyTalk English. We're so happy you're here with us today. Maybe you're listening on your way to work, at home with a cup of coffee, or practicing your English before bed. Wherever you are, thank you for spending this time with us.
Yes, thank you for pressing play. And today, I want to start with a simple question for you. Do you celebrate International Women's Day in your country? Take a moment and think about it. What usually happens on that day?
International Women's Day is celebrated on March 8th every year. In many countries, people give flowers, small gifts, or kind messages to the women in their lives. But this day is more than just flowers or celebrations.
Exactly. March 8th is a day to appreciate women, their strength, their support, and their contributions at home, at work, and in society. It's a moment to recognize how important they are in shaping families and communities.
And appreciation doesn't always mean something expensive or dramatic. Sometimes it's just saying thank you. Sometimes it's listening more carefully. Sometimes it's showing respect in small daily actions.
So today, we're talking about appreciation, respect, and the women who shape our lives.
In this episode, you'll learn how to talk about International Women's Day in simple, natural English. We'll share personal stories, useful vocabulary, and speaking practice so you can express gratitude clearly and confidently. Let's begin. So, Alex, how do you usually celebrate International Women's Day? In my family, March 8 has always been a warm and meaningful day. When I was younger, my father would bring flowers home for my mom, and we would all sit together for dinner. Now that I'm older, I still keep that tradition. I usually buy flowers for my mom and sometimes for my grandmother, too. But more importantly, I like to write a short message to them.
This sounds really thoughtful. What do you usually write in the message?
I try to keep it simple and sincere. I thank my mom for her support and patience. Sometimes I mention a specific memory, like how she helped me during a difficult time. I think those small personal details make the message more meaningful than just saying Happy Women's Day.
I like that idea. To be honest, I used to think International Women's Day was mostly about buying gifts. When I was younger, I thought, okay, it's March 8, I need to buy flowers or chocolate. That was it for me.
So for you, it was more about the action than the meaning.
Exactly. I used to think it was just another special day on the calendar. But now I realize it's more than that. It's about gratitude. It's about recognizing how much women contribute to our lives. Not only mothers, but also sisters, friends, teachers, and colleagues.
Yes, I agree. It's more than gifts. Gifts are nice, of course, but they are just symbols. The real meaning is appreciation and respect.
That's true. Now, instead of just buying something quickly, I try to think more carefully. I ask myself, how can I show real appreciation? Sometimes that means spending quality time together or saying something I don't usually say during the year.
I love that. Appreciation should not feel like a task. It should feel sincere. And sometimes the best gift is simply acknowledging someone's effort and strength.
Yes, and I also think this day reminds us to reflect. We shouldn't only appreciate women on March 8th. Respect and gratitude should continue every day.
That's such an important point. International Women's Day is a reminder, not a limit. It reminds us to notice the women who support us, guide us, and shape who we are.
And maybe that's the biggest change for me. I used to think it was about gifts. Now I realize it's about gratitude. It's more than a celebration. It's recognition.
So let's talk a little more clearly about what International Women's Day actually is. It's celebrated every year on March 8th in many countries around the world. For some people, it looks like flowers and small gifts, but the meaning goes much deeper than that. It's a day to recognize women's contributions in different areas of life, in families, workplaces, and communities.
Yes, and I think the key word here is recognize. International Women's Day is about noticing and appreciating what women do every day. Sometimes their efforts are very visible, like leadership roles at work, but sometimes their efforts are quiet and happen at home or behind the scenes.
That's true. When we think about women at home, many of them carry emotional responsibility. They support family members, solve conflicts, and care for children or elderly parents. Emotional strength is something we don't always see, but it's very powerful. It keeps families stable and connected.
And in the workplace, women also take on important roles. They lead teams, manage projects, make decisions, and contribute to the economy. In many countries, women are entrepreneurs, managers, teachers, doctors, and engineers. Their work shapes society in meaningful ways.
I think it's important to say that International Women's Day is not only about mothers, even though mothers deserve so much respect. It's about all women, young girls, students, professionals, caregivers, artists, and leaders. Every woman has value and impact.
Exactly. It's not limited to one role. Women contribute socially, economically, and emotionally. They influence families, organizations, and communities. That's why March 8th is meaningful in many cultures.
Sometimes people think it's just a holiday, but it's more than that. It's a reminder to pause and appreciate. It's a chance to say, we see your effort, we respect your work, we value your presence.
Yes, and I like how you said pause, because in daily life, we're often busy. We focus on tasks and deadlines. International Women's Day encourages us to slow down and recognize contributions that we might normally overlook.
And recognition doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be simple words of gratitude. It can be listening more carefully or offering support. Respect is not only something you say, it's something you show through actions.
That's a very important point, and I think this sentence summarizes it well. It's not just a celebration, it's recognition.
Yes, exactly. It's not just about celebrating with flowers or social media posts. It's about recognizing strength, resilience, and contribution.
And when we understand that, March 8th becomes more meaningful. It's not just one day on the calendar, it becomes a reminder to practice appreciation more consistently.
And that's something we can all learn, not only in English, but in life as well. When we talk about International Women's Day, I always think about the women who influenced me personally. The first person that comes to my mind is my mother. She has always been my biggest support system. When I was younger and doubted myself, she was the one who encouraged me to try again. She didn't always give long speeches, but her quiet confidence in me made a huge difference.
That's beautiful. What do you think you learned the most from her?
I learned patience and emotional strength. My mom rarely reacted angrily, even in stressful situations. She listened first, then spoke calmly. Watching her handle problems with quiet strength taught me that being strong doesn't mean being loud. Sometimes the strongest women are the quietest ones.
I really like that sentence, and I think it's very true. For me, one person who influenced me a lot is my older sister. Growing up, she was very independent and responsible. She worked hard, studied seriously, and still made time to support our family. Watching her manage so many responsibilities helped me understand discipline and empathy.
That sounds like a strong role model. Did she teach you something specific?
Yes, she taught me empathy. When I was younger, I didn't always think about how other people felt, but my sister would always remind me to consider different perspectives. She showed me that understanding someone's emotions is a strength, not a weakness.
That's such an important lesson. Besides my mom, I also remember a female teacher I had in high school. She believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. She once told me, "You are capable of more than you think." That sentence stayed with me for years.
It's amazing how one sentence can change someone's direction.
Yes, and she wasn't famous or powerful in a big public way. She was simply consistent and supportive. Her influence came from small daily actions, giving feedback, encouraging students, and being patient. That's why I believe influence doesn't have to be dramatic to be meaningful.
I completely agree. Sometimes we think influence comes from celebrities or famous leaders, but in reality, the people who shape us the most are often close to us. Sisters, mothers, teachers, mentors, friends. Their small actions matter more than we realize.
Exactly. A kind word, a moment of support, a piece of honest advice, these small things can change someone's life path. And that's why International Women's Day feels personal. It's not only about big achievements, it's about everyday strength.
And when we reflect on the women who influenced us, we start to notice how much they shaped our values and decisions. They helped us become who we are today.
Yes, and that reflection brings gratitude. It reminds us that behind our growth, there were women who supported us quietly.
And maybe today is a good day to say thank you to them. not because they asked for recognition, but because they deserve it.
Now, let's review some key vocabulary from today's episode. These words will help you talk about International Women's Day in clear and natural English. Try to repeat each word after us so you can practice pronunciation as well.
Our first word is appreciate. Appreciate means to recognize the value of someone or something and feel grateful for it. Example, I appreciate everything my mother has done for me. Repeat after me. Appreciate.
The second word is respect. Respect means showing care and consideration for someone's feelings, rights, or abilities. Example, we should respect women not only on March 8th, but every day. Repeat, respect.
Next word is contribution. Contribution means something that you give or do to help a group, a family, or society. Example, her contribution to the company was very important. Repeat, contribution.
The fourth word is support. Support means helping someone emotionally, physically, or financially. Example, she always gives me support when I feel stressed. Repeat, support.
Next is strength. Strength means the ability to handle difficult situations with courage and confidence. It can be physical or emotional. Example, her strength helped the family during hard times. Repeat, strength.
The sixth word is independent. Independent means able to make your own decisions and take care of yourself without depending too much on others. Example, she is an independent woman who manages her own business. Repeat, independent.
And our last word is inspire. Inspire means to motivate someone to do something positive or to feel encouraged. Example, my teacher inspired me to work harder. Repeat, inspire.
Let's review all 7 words together. Appreciate, respect, contribution, support, strength, independent, inspire.
Try to use at least one of these words in a sentence about a woman you admire. That's how new vocabulary becomes part of your real-life English.
Simple words, but very meaningful, especially when you use them sincerely. Now it's time to practice speaking. This is your chance to use what you've learned today. If possible, pause the episode and say your answers out loud. Remember, speaking regularly is the best way to build confidence and fluency.
Yes, don't just think your answer, say it. Even simple sentences are powerful. Let's start with exercise 1. I'll give you 3 sentence starters and you complete them with your own ideas.
First sentence, I appreciate. Think about a woman in your life and say what you appreciate about her. For example, you could say, I appreciate my mother's patience, or I appreciate my teacher's guidance. Take a moment and say your sentence clearly.
Second sentence, she inspires me because. Explain why this woman motivates or influences you. Maybe it's her strength, her kindness, or her determination. Try to give one specific reason.
Third sentence, I learned from her that. This is a great way to talk about life lessons. What value or skill did you learn from her? It could be confidence, responsibility, or empathy.
Now, let me give you a full example so you can hear how it sounds naturally. I appreciate my sister's independence and hard work. She inspires me because she never gives up when things are difficult. I learned from her that discipline and kindness can exist together.
Here's my example. I appreciate my mother's emotional strength and constant support. She inspires me because she stays calm in challenging situations. I learn from her that patience and love are powerful qualities.
Great. Now let's move to exercise 2. Here's your question. Who is one woman that influenced your life? Think of one person. It could be a family member, a teacher, a mentor, or even a friend.
Try to answer in 2 or 3 sentences. Say who she is, what she did, and how she influenced you. Keep it simple and honest.
Pause the episode now and speak your answer out loud. Don't worry about making mistakes. Fluency grows when you practice, not when you stay silent.
Every time you speak, you're not only improving your English, you're also expressing gratitude clearly and confidently. Before we finish today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect on what we discussed. International Women's Day, celebrated on March 8th, is not just a holiday. It's about recognition. It's about noticing the strength, effort, and contributions of women in our families, workplaces, and communities.
Yes, and we also talked about how appreciation is not only about gifts. Flowers and presents are nice, but they are symbols. The real meaning of this day is gratitude and respect. It's about saying, I see what you do, and I value it.
And maybe the most important idea is this: respect is daily. It should not happen only once a year. True respect is shown in small actions, listening carefully, sharing responsibilities, speaking kindly, and supporting one another.
So here are 2 reflection questions for you. First, who will you thank this March 8th? Think about one specific woman in your life. Second, how can you show appreciation beyond one day? What small action can you take regularly?
Remember, respect should not be seasonal. It should not appear only on special occasions. Appreciation should be daily. Even a simple message or a sincere conversation can mean a lot.
If you'd like to practice your English right now, comment one sentence starting with, "One woman I appreciate is," share why she is important to you. Writing helps you organize your thoughts and use today's vocabulary.
And if you believe in equality, kindness, and daily respect, give this episode a like. It helps us continue creating meaningful English conversations.
Don't forget to subscribe to EasyTalk English for more real-life English listening and speaking practice every week.
Strong women shape the world quietly.
Let's learn to say thank you, clearly and sincerely.